you live in that. You do not live in the house of the Lord. David dwelled and lived in the temple, in the tabernacle. It says, let's read this. Let's read this. Amos 9 and 11. Now, how do we know that David's going to reign? That thing over there that those people built up, that's not the tabernacle of David. That's not the tabernacle of the Lord. That's not the tabernacle that David was going to live in. Let's read. In that day, I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Who is I? Is I some fucking freak, nasty, dirty, filthy, pilchard cattle living over in Israel? Is that who I is? Is that some people who follow their name with wish? I wish I was what I say I am? That says, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. It ain't up. God's going to bring it up. God's going to rebuild it. God's going to make that tabernacle over there. He says, I will close up the breaches and close up the breaches thereof. He going to fix it where can't nobody get in. And I will raise up his ruins. David's ruin. King David's ruins. His tabernacle's going to be rebuilt. That's not you. You don't have a tabernacle. You don't dwell in God's tabernacle. King David will. He said, I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old. Because David said, Let's see what David said. Let's be clear on this thing. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Now, do you understand anything that I just said? I know you do, Israel, because you are growing, you are learning, and you are getting an understanding. There are so, and we're going to hit on them, because I asked the Father, please let me tell them, because our people are they grab a hold of something. I know a lot of you want to teach. A lot of you. It's a spirit down in Israel. They want to do it so bad. Listen, we didn't want to teach. We were so afraid. How stupid would we look? We ain't nobody. What do you mean teach? Tell somebody something. Who are we? We can't tell anybody anything. But we have to. Because God allows us to. He told us to. So when we come to you, we don't come to you to belittle you, to make fun of you. But Israel, you are a nation, the greatest nation ever created. You are a people unlike any other people. I know you get it. I know you understand. I know you want to learn. I can read some of the things that you post. You get it. Because why? It is your word. It belongs to you. So if I was, say, someone wrote you a love letter and it was personal between you and them, and I found it. You lost it somehow. I find it and I'm reading it. You hear those words, you know that's you. Hey, wait a minute. My so-and-so wrote me that letter a long time ago. This is the same way you're doing with the word of God. You are receiving it and you understand it. But there are many people who have this understanding and this knowledge of things, and they don't relate to Israel. One young lady asked us about the blood moons. Let me explain this right quick. Everything you think you know about blood moons, that's your perspective, and that's your understanding. We don't talk about things that don't have anything to do with Israel. You know why the blood moons have nothing to do with Israel? You don't get to celebrate them. You on fucking punishment. Those are celebration days. Those are days that Israel came together and they atoned and they sacrificed. They shed blood for the remission of our sins. Those cannot be performed anymore because you are on punishment. All you get from the Most High God is His holy Sabbath. You do not get your blood moon celebrations. You have no priest to perform them. There will be no priest set up until Elijah comes. None. So don't go off asking me about blood. No Hebrew Israelite should be asking any other Hebrew Israelite about blood moons. There are no priests to perform a ceremony for a celebrational blood moon Sabbath. We don't dibble and dabble in things like that. I'm not belittling anyone. I'm not coming against anyone. I am trying to help you grow. I'm trying to help you not waste any of your time with things that do not relate to you. There's so much in the Word that you could be getting from the Word, but it takes wisdom and understanding. And that's what we're hoping that we're bringing to you every Wednesday. Well, we try to hit Wednesday, but every time we come before you with a midweek teaching and your Sabbath teaching, we come to bring you word, Israel, of encouragement, understanding of things that you probably never heard before. But of course, we know, because we get it all the time, somebody else has already said what we say, but that's just the way it's going to be. Like I said, there are many people out there. We're open to the public, so we're going to hear from all kinds of people. But when we come to you and we bring you this understanding, we bring you this knowledge, it is for the children. If you think you don't get it or you have a question, think and ask the Father before you ask. Because there are some things that you say that can give you away. You may not be a child. And I don't mean to be hurtful to anyone. Because your understanding and what you think you're receiving from God, that's your business. But my husband was told, you are the watchman over the whole house of Israel. And when he brings it to the house of Israel. No one else. Now, if you got strangers living in your home, of course, they're supposed to learn about the Most High God. They're supposed to know about the Most High God. And they're supposed to obey the Most High God. But it is for you, the children of Israel. So again, I say to you, all praises to the Most High God forever and ever. And Israel, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that you tune in to hear a blessed word from your watchman. It will be very interesting, and you will get a blessing from it. Until next time, shalom.
Greeting our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Israel, it is our Sabbath. Grab that King James. But first of all, we want to wish all of our sisters and brothers all over happy Sabbath. And that being said, we have a wonderful teaching, my sisters and brothers. It is a continuation from my last week teaching about the Gentiles have nothing at all to do with the chosen people of God, the Hebrew Israelites. And we're going to prove it just like we proved it last week. Okay, now, let's go into our lesson. We're going to be coming from the book of Jeremiah, the 16th chapter. Let's begin with verse 14, and we're going to read down to verse 21. Okay, it says, Therefore, behold, the days cometh, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the land whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishermen, said the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of every hole of the rocks. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hidden. They are not hid from my face. Neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sins double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. O Lord, now watch better, Israel. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come to thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Now, my sisters and brothers, the Gentiles gonna come to Israel and say that? Why would they say that if they are a part of the Hebrew Israelites? That clearly shows you they have no affiliation with the children of the Most High. All right, now let's go a little further here. We go into Lamentations. We're gonna read a couple of verses out of here. Lamentations. Let us look at chapter 2 here. Oh, let's go down here. Let's read. It says, "How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the day of his anger. The Lord has swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob, and has not pitied. He has thrown down in his wrath the stronghold of his daughter Judah. He has brought them down to the ground. He has polluted the kingdom of the princes thereof. He had cut off in his fierce anger all the horns of Israel. He has drawn back his right hand from before the enemy, and he burneth against Jacob like a flaming fire, which devours round about. He has bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary. He slew all that was pleasant to the eyes of the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. The Lord was as an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all her places. He has destroyed his strongholds, and has increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. He has violently taken away his tabernacle, and if it were of a garden, he has destroyed his place and the assembly. The Lord has caused the solemn feast and the Sabbath to be forgotten in Zion. He has despised in the indignation of his anger the king and the priest. The Lord has cast off his altar. He has abhorred his sanctuary. He hath given up into the hands of the enemy the wall of his places. They have made a noise in the house of the Lord as in the day of a solemn feast. The Lord has proposed to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He has stretched out a line. He has not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore he made the rampart and the wall to lament they language together. Her gates are sunken in the ground. He has destroyed and broke her bars. Her kings and her prince are among the Gentiles. See that? The law is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. See that? Now how? Her gates are sunken in. Not only that, they are among the Gentiles. Now how can they be a part? I mean, why would he say they are among the Gentiles? And all this is taking place, now they were at peace. They had all the blessings, but now since they want to act the fool, God has cursed them, and now they are down low with the Gentiles. Does that make any sense to you guys now? But let's go a little further. Let's go to Hosea. The book of Hosea. Let's go there. Let's look at verses 8, 7, and 8. Look what it says. It says, "For they have sown to the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It has no stalk, the bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the strangers shall swallow it up. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel, within is no pleasure." My sister and brother Gentiles